Louisville's non-conference schedule is so weak compared to Kentucky's. It is embarrassing. And in fact, their entire schedule as a whole, when you add the ACC slate in, almost just threw up in my mouth saying that. It's just so incredibly weak. Any team worth their salt would dog walk this schedule that Louisville has. We know the ACC opponent, right? We know who they're going to dive into. It's going to be the SMUs, the Georgia Techs, the Syracuses of the world, which it's a shame, honestly. I've talked about it a little bit on this show. It's a shame that Syracuse has not been the powerhouse that they once were. Like, that sucks. But at the same time, like, this ACC schedule as it stands, like, former powerhouses like that, they've just kind of died off. They're just nowhere near as good as they once were. North Carolina, I mean, they're in a state of flux right now, right? We'll get to see. They've got a really talented team, but are they going to be good under Hubert Davis? I don't know. Analytics think they are. I'll say that. But take a look at the schedule. You open the season with South Carolina State. Then you have Jackson State. You play Kentucky game 3. Hey, there's a good opponent. Ohio, Cincinnati, Eastern Michigan, New Jersey International Tech, or NJIT. Then you go on the road to Arkansas. Oh my gosh, you're playing an SEC opponent, finally. You're playing Indiana in Indianapolis. You're playing Memphis, team that sucks. Tennessee on the road. Oh, look, there's 2 SEC opponents, 2 teams worth their salt. Montana and Baylor. And Louisville fans have the audacity to run their mouth on social media, to go waddling across the Twitter timeline saying, we've got the more difficult schedule. This is a gauntlet. This is the worst thing anybody has ever seen. My grandmother died looking at this schedule. It gave her a heart attack. How awful. Kentucky's schedule sucks. Ours is so difficult. You're parading about playing Baylor. You're walking around parading, hey, we get to play Montana. We get to play NJIT. Who even is that? Indiana, we don't know if they're going to be good yet. But if they end up being good, it's still nothing compared to the top tier opponents that Kentucky's playing. And oh, by the way, we also have to play the Hoosiers. So it's not like you have anything special. At the very least, that cancels out. Here's an interesting statistic for you. This season, Kentucky will face 19 opponents that are ranked in the top 50 preseason Bart Torvik rankings in adjusted efficiency. Kentucky will face 19 of them, and the majority of them are in the top 25. They will face 19 opponents with a top 50 offense and 19 opponents with a top 50 defense. They're facing some really high-quality opponents night in and night out. It's not just the non-con. It's not just the SEC. It's the whole shebang here, right? Louisville will face just 11. 8 less games against top 50 opponents. Less than half of those are in the top 25. They're facing mid on mid on mid on mid. They will face 12 opponents with a top 50 on offense and 8 opponents with a top 50 defense. They have to face less than half of the good defenses that the Wildcats will have to stare down. How could you possibly look at both of these schedules and say that this is even close? This is not even a competition. Louisville's schedule is weak. It is pathetic. You get to play SMU twice. You get to play Georgia. You get to play Boston College. Do you realize, by the way, that the bottom of the barrel in the SEC is teams like Vanderbilt, teams like LSU with Mac McMahon, teams like Georgia with Mike White, by the way, good coach. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Even bothering having this sort of discussion on Twitter? It's not even close. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel bad because Louisville last year, won a lot of games. They were the 2 seed in the ACC tournament. On paper, You know, any casual fan of college basketball is going to look at it and go, oh, what'd they win? Like 27 games, 26 games, something like that? Oh, well, then certainly they should be good in the NCAA tournament. Certainly they should be able to beat a team like Creighton. Who even is that? Which is what the casual fan's going to say. And then they got embarrassed in Rupp Arena. You know why? Because their schedule was fraudulent. This was a team of frauds last year. And this year, they can rack up all the wins, but at the end of the day, the advanced analytics and the selection committee they're going to look at that stuff and they're going to go, this is not as good of a team as things on paper say they are. Last year, this was an 8 seed, right? I don't see this team getting over a 5 seed this year. Louisville, I do not see them getting higher than a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. Because, by the way, push comes to shove and you get injured or you struggle, you lose some of these games. What if you end up losing to Baylor, a team that barely made the NCAA tournament and lost everyone and their mother, right? What if you lose to Indiana? What if you lose to Memphis? And Kentucky ends up beating a team like Tennessee or Arkansas? It's further proof. It's further proof that not only can they not compete, they can't compete against a weak schedule. This is an overrated squad with an overrated schedule, and all of their fans online seem to think it's some sort of gauntlet. I find it ridiculous.